Welcome back to Yimba Reviews Everything. Today we're going to look at some more toy reviews, this time featuring the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem toys. So first up, I ended up picking up, as you can see, the pizza firing van. Now, I was on the fence because I have the original Playmates re-release, but this just looked too good to pass up when they finally went live on the Target app. Obviously, it's not a total unboxing. This whole thing is put together. I just wanted to show you some of the features and do some scale comparisons to show you why, if you are a toy photographer, you might want to pick this one up for your collection. So first up, the wheels came separately. The pizza did not have these stickers. There was almost close to 30 different stickers that you had to put up. On this side, it was all the pepperonis up there, up top. There we go, all those pepperonis. And then I had to put on this sticker here. This one was already on, this one was on, and then you added the wheels. This was in a bag, one of the side mirrors. And as we flip this around, we also had to put on the extra cheese license plate. This was the hardest sticker to put on just because of the length of it. You also had to put on the two back tail lights and this sticker up top. The other thing you had to pop on were these two hand holding rails, as well as these 2-foot ones where you can actually have turtles hang off of the van, which is really awesome. Then you had to put this one on. This sticker was already there. This one I also had to add on. Again, pop that guy in, pop those tires on, and then in the front, you also had to put on these lights here, the strips down here, all 4 of these headlights, and then up top. This part you also had to construct, but again, it's all snapped together, super easy. Maybe it took me, let's just say 20 minutes altogether with my daughter helping me out. But it was a fun little experience, and then there's the fun toy aspect to it. This will eventually go to my kids, I think. As of right now, I'm going to be giving them the Playmates re-release of the original Party Wagon, whereas this is the pizza firing van. But check out this little fun feature. When you push down on the pizza, whoa, you have the actual pizza firing mechanism. Now, unfortunately, it is battery powered, but I did not have AAA batteries in order to be able to show you how it shoots. It comes with 8 pizzas in there, which I will also show you. You did have to add this sticker over here. That one was included. But this pops out like so. It's on a spring. Alright, that gets released, like I said, when you push down on the pizza. My one little critique of it was that when I pushed this closed, so over here you can still kind of see it comes out a little bit. But this was a little bit more, it wasn't sitting flush like I wanted. And again, that's just me expecting perfection out of toys and perfection out of a children's toy. But that was bothering me a little bit, but rather than go through a whole returns process just to see if I had a defect, I ended up using a hairdryer first to try to heat this up and curl it back in under so it would sit flush. That didn't really work out too well, plus then I was worried about the sticker peeling up. So all I did was, on the inside, over here, there's a little notch, and over here on the side, there's that little notch, so you can see them both where I'm pointing. I just added some Kiki loose joints. That just thickened. I let it sit for a few hours, and that catches a whole lot better, and now it basically sits flush. I might even do another coat of it just to fully get it in there, but sits so much better that it would be really negligible in pictures. And here are the pizzas. They're just these little discs that go in there. There are 8 of them, and you had to put on the individual stickers for these as well. But there they are. So I can't wait to get the batteries going, to get this firing away, even though that's something that in my toy photography I won't be worried about. And now, just to show you a little comparison, here is the original, re-release of the Party Wagon from Playmates, where it has the drop down, guard. I currently have the Rise of the Ninja Turtles in there, but you can see from the looks of it, that it is much more toy looking. That's mainly due to the decals themselves, which are much more cartoony, which again makes sense because these were based off of the original cartoon. Even though this does have stickers on it as well that did not need any application, the orange accessories that you had to snap on, like these rear view mirrors or side view mirrors, and the big bright orange door screams toy, whereas the new one really doesn't. I think it looks a lot more legitimate, a lot more realistic, and like I said, with those decals, I think that could be a lot more useful for toy photography. And then the last little piece to this is scaling. So I have some of the Mirage set right here, and you know, I think Casey is going to be too big to fit in there. I did try to fit a turtle in there, but standing next to it in terms of the backgrounds of shots, even you had set up a shot with Raph on top of the wagon, but it scales really well. It really does. So overall, I'm thrilled to add this to the collection. Not that I needed another 1/12 scale vehicle, and even though it's not technically 1/12 scale, it works. I needed something to go with my boys, and now I have the pizza firing van, and I really like it. I really dig it. If anything, I can absolutely throw Master Splinter in there as the driver if I wanted to have him take the wheel, but definitely happy with this purchase. Price point of $40, give or take, you know, without tax, etc. Yeah, I'm definitely pumped. And now let's get to the Mutant Mayhem boys, where I might actually use the appropriate scaled figures also in my toy photography. So let's go take a look. All right, and here they are, the Cruisin figures by Playmates for the Mutant Mayhem movie. This is the Target, I believe a Target exclusive package that has all four brothers, April and Bebop. Still gonna have to track down a Rocksteady, and I might look for some of the other bad guys. When I went to the store the other day, they did not have any of them. But let's take a look at what the package is inside. So over here right away, you can see that it is the boys just with their stock accessories. So there's Raphael, Michelangelo's nunchucks, Leo, there's April, there's Bebop, and there's Donnie driving. And when you rotate this around, it is really neat because you can see Donnie driving when you saw his profile figure form in the back, and now you're seeing the comparisons to the actual van that I just showed you. There's Donnie on the other side, his other profile over here. Then you got the boys and April hanging out the back. There's again Bebop in front of the van. And then you have the back windshield with, there's that black strip of a sticker that I did warn you was the toughest thing on the van itself to apply. There we go. Which again, very cool. Just awesome art style. Really excited for this movie. I think it's obvious that they're going for like a Spider-Verse style, but aesthetically I love that, and I'm just really hyped for this movie. And now we can get a clearer shot of each of the figures inside the packaging now that they're out of the box. They really do look great. And now let's see about the articulation. Let's take a look at Donatello first. So you're gonna get single jointed, not a ton of movement down there. The ankles really don't move up and down. This seems like a peg that's just gonna give you some side to side movement. Single jointed elbows. You can see the peg on the shoulders over here, but you will get some up and down and up and down. You'll get just about 360. There you go. You can still get some 360 movement. And you can get them 360 movement there. With the legs, you can either get the up and down with the kick, or you have to do the turn and to go out to the side. So if you've been familiar with any of Ninja Turtle figures in the past, It's very similar. Here is Donatello from Rise of the Ninja Turtles. So there he is. But the one thing that they did include on this line was ankle pivot for up and down. I don't know why they decided to get rid of that. I'm sure it was some sort of cost-saving measure, but I do wish they gave us that up and down. But otherwise, similar articulation all around. And again, you can see where all the pegs are on this figure. But size-wise here too, roughly the same. The one thing that I have, the one problem I do have with my Donnie, which I can fix pretty easily, is his glasses from the packaging got smushed over a little bit, so I'm gonna have to maybe heat that up a little bit and get that back into place to get the straight on with the glasses. Otherwise, not a big deal. And then in the promo shot, it came with the headphones. The headphones were part of the individual release, and the reason I went with this 6-pack is because I ended up saving $5 over the course of owning these 6 figures. I think it retailed for $54.99. And in the promo pictures, it does show Donatello with his headphones, but they are absolutely nowhere to be found in this box. So that's a little bit of a bummer. Fortunately, again, as a toy photographer, I have plenty of accessories and plenty of extra spare headphones to use, but since it was advertised, it would have been nice if they included them in the original box. And here we have Raphael. Now, I was just struggling to get him to stand, once again, without that ankle pivot. You can see what I had to do over here in order to get him to balance. That is, again, a small point of frustration. There we go. But they are children's toys as opposed to adult collectibles, so I suppose they can be forgiven. And here is the Raphael from Rise of the Ninja Turtles. They still went with the larger scale for Raph, which I do like. He's not quite as heavy. Like this was the, in Rise of the Ninja Turtles, he was definitely more of the brute of the group. Big, massive shell. But he is taller than the rest of the turtles. Again, when I show you all 4 at the end, you'll be able to see that a little bit more clearly. And now we have Leonardo. One thing I haven't shown off right now is the detail on the shell. Now there is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive coming out of the individual turtles that does have some really crazy awesome paint apps. But it's something that I might just try to do myself on here. A little weathering of Leo, well, all the boys, to really make that cell shading pop, just like the Mirage Turtles of NECA. But there he is. And here is his skateboarding comparison to the Leo from the Rise of the Ninja Turtles. Again, you can see the stylistic difference between both cartoons here. In regards to the war paint, in regards to the turtle skin coloring. But again, very cool. Leo's my boy. And now we have Michelangelo, everybody's fun-loving turtle. I wanted to show, like, when you do get the squat type pose, he can really get low with it. There is going to be the ability to get some pretty dynamic looking toy photography shots. Nothing crazy, nothing like a Mafex or a Revoltech, but some fun stuff. I think we're gonna be able to do some fun stuff. But there's the Mikey from Rise of the Ninja Turtles next to him for comparison. In that show, they had some interesting kind of super powery aspect to their weapons, and I only watched a couple episodes with my kids. So I'm not quite sure, but that's where that orange nunchuck kind of comes from. But for this one, you're able to see, again, the really nice job that they did with the paint. They're not wired, it's a soft rubber there. And the other thing that I like is that they did the shell in the back just like the original. So you'll be able to kind of have all 4 nunchucks back there crossed in the back, just like the originals. It's very neat. I like that. Now we have Bebop, all covered in, I'm assuming, ooze, and comes with this big old blaster. His legs also operate the same with the up and down or the twist and go out. But he looks fantastic. Again, really nice paint applications on him all around, but just looking really good. I'm a big fan of the aesthetics of this entire line. Here is April. Really digging her look and style. She's got the loose bag, which is great. Nice purple glasses there. I do have an April from Rise of the Ninja Turtles, but not accessible at the moment. She's somewhere with my daughter's toys. But yeah, I really like this look too. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, she's going to be more of a character that will be, you know, in the side of shots as to going incredibly crazy with posing. So ultimately, I'm very happy with this set. Could we have had more articulation? Sure. Is this for adult collectors? Not necessarily. And that's okay. This is definitely, you know, these are going to be for my children if they end up getting hooked into the movie like I hope that they do. But in the meantime, I am going to have a little bit of fun shooting them and enjoying them, and ultimately it's another set of turtles in my house, and I am happy to have them, especially for the price point, which again, if you get this set, it comes in under $10 a figure, and they give you a decent amount of stuff. You know, just the one accessory per each character. If you get the individual $9.99 release, there are different weapon accessories that you can get with them, but I personally decided that I wanted April and Bebop. April, this is still the only way you can currently get her. I'm sure that they will have an inevitable single figure release for her, but in the meantime, this is the only way that you can acquire her. So that was another motivator for me to get the 6-pack. And then I have a bad guy in Bebop. But I do need to eventually get Rocksteady, and I might even grab Superfly and a couple of the others. So we'll have to see. My first trip to Target, I came up empty. There was a lot of turtle merch there, but nothing in regards to the bad guys. Let's do some simple toy photography. I'm not going to go crazy with the lighting, but just to see what they look like with the fancy camera taking them. And I wanted to remind you that every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live for Yimbo Reviews Everything, my podcast about life and toys. Hope to see you in the chat. Thank you for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.